Hi, my name is Adnan Hasbi and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Rambling of an Analyst. In today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about stock picking within the US market. I think previously what I've done was I created a small little episode on this particular stock called Skillz. Having said that, I knew I was rambling quite a fair bit and I didn't quite get to the point. So in this episode, I want to tell you some of the reasons why I invested in this stock called Skillz. And hopefully by me sharing with you, and if you're on the fence, that will maybe give you some idea on this particular stock. Okay. So first of all, as an analyst or as an ex-analyst, I always like to look at the industrial trends. And over here, we can see this amazing trend with regards to the video game market. And the overall video game market is $77.2 billion. It is an amazing number. And the second thing is that if you look at PC, I'm a PC user, you could see that PCs are expected to grow by 5.5. But having said that, since Skillz is more on the mobile market, we could see that the mobile industry is expected to grow by 13.3% on a year-on-year basis. I think over here, this is backed on cheaper devices or devices getting cheaper all around the world. And a lot of third world countries right now are buying more and more smartphones. And with people buying more and more smartphones, we will suddenly see more and more, indirect beneficiaries. And one of them would be the mobile phone, game developers or platform developers. And one of them would be Skillz. So Skillz tend to, benefit from this growth over here, this 13.3%. The next reason why I like this particular stock is that when we look at how people play games in this day and age, there is a bigger shift towards people playing socially or people playing amongst one another. So back in the day, so what I mean by this is back in the day when I used to play games or when we used to play like really old school games, like maybe Mario, you will see maybe an enemy just walking back and forth. So you have to time the jump in a way that you actually jump on the enemy and the enemy, kind of dies. So that's how old school games were. The AI was not too smart. But having said that, in today's, gaming era, we could see that more and more people would like to play with other players or other friends or other opponents. That way, it's fun. We can actually talk to each other. We can actually support each other. And we can end up being friends in real life. So over here, we can see that more and more players, actually, they prefer playing with other people, and we can see the social aspect of gaming. And what Skillz does is that not only it focuses on mobile, but it allows people to connect with each other and compete with each other. So that is what Skillz does. And that's one of the reasons. This is the second reason why I invested in the stock Skillz. I can see that almost 65% of people playing video games, they prefer to play it socially, I guess. The third reason why I invested in this stock is that, as I told many of the listeners in the previous episode, is that we can see that Cathy Wood from ARK, the fund manager for the ARK ETFs, she has already invested in Skillz. And looking at her track record, we can see that this particular ETF actually managed to perform quite well. So there's this term where it is in asset management, which is follow the smart money, right? So looking at her success track record, and I think given that she has resources to actually do her analysis on this particular stock, instead of me doing the research, I took the easy way out. I just look at the industrial trends and I look at the smart money. I was like, this is actually quite an okay buy. So those were the two reasons why I actually invested in this stock. And I think the third or the fourth reason why I invested in this stock is when I actually look at this particular stock, it actually rose to about $43, and then actually it fell. I think one of the reasons why it fell was the founder was actually hiving off some of his stake in this stock, and that actually set a negative chain reaction. But over here, what I want to say is that if people at one time actually valued the stock as high as $42, and the business model didn't quite change. Essentially, what happened was the founder just sold a bit of his shares, and yeah, the stock prices just kind of tumble. But overall, if we look at the business model, it still remains quite intact, quite strong. So, okay, overall, my guess, if any of you guys are asking, what is my overall journey towards investing in this particular stock? I invested in Skillz at about $15. And I actually, I talked to some friends, and a lot of them had kind of lost some money. It actually fell down their, I think, stop loss. But having said that, when looking at the data which came out, or looking at the I guess the big picture data, is actually quite I guess convincing story where there's a trend where a lot of people want to play social, and on top of that, the mobile phone I guess gaming segment is actually growing quite rapidly. So if we look at it on a short-term basis, it may be a bit bumpy. So I bought it at 15 and I bought it also at 13. But having said that, right now is about $17. So for me, my investment journey for this particular stock has been quite pleasant. I actually made about 20-ish%. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys the full disclosure on I guess what's happening right now. And if you guys are interested, stay tuned, or also maybe subscribe to this channel where we're going to actually uncover more, I guess, affordable US stocks or stocks listed in the United States. With that, yeah, I am rambling, and that is my cue to actually stop this particular episode. And so with that, take care, guys, and always stay invested and always learn. That way we can actually make better decisions with our investment journey. Okay, guys, take care, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode.